Welcome back, everybody, to the Pittsburgh Pirates franchise here on MLB The Show 20. As today we try to finish off the NLDS here against the San Diego Padres, entering Game 3. Last episode we had Games 1 and 2, both resulting in wins. We didn't dominate either game, winning the first one by a score of 6-5. It was a very close game. We were down by one going into the bottom of the ninth inning, but we're clutched down the stretch. Obviously, the Brian Reynolds walk-off single was big, and really the bats as a whole in the bottom of the ninth were huge. Unfortunately, Jameson Taillon, who started this game, did not really look like the Jameson Taillon we all know and love, but hey, you know what? A win's a win. Can't really complain too much. Their pitching really wasn't any better. Mackenzie Gore, the rookie, wasn't awful, but he wasn't really great either. And then Game 2, a pitcher's duel. We ended up winning 2-1. The only runs from us being the RBI double from Benny Lane in the first inning, and then a Francisco Mejia home run in the sixth. Their only home run was a Manny Machado home run in the fifth inning. Julio Urias started this one for us, 6 innings, only allowed for 1 run. He was very good. The bullpen shut the door, and for San Diego, they pitched well too. Cal Quantrill, their starter, was solid. He only went 4 innings, but he did pitch fairly well. The bullpen, as well, for the most part, was pretty good too. So now we head to Game 3 in San Diego, where the Pittsburgh Pirates have a chance to close off the series and try to reach the NLCS for the first time in who knows how long. So here we go. Welcome everybody to Petco Park here in San Diego, California, home of the San Diego Padres, as we get excited here for a potentially great game of baseball. Can the Pirates close out the series in a sweep, or will the Padres try to stay alive and make this NLDS interesting, I guess you could say. We got a beautiful, what is this, Sunday afternoon? I don't know. Here's a look at both lineups, 1-9, regular starters. The Padres are starting a left-handed pitcher today, so that means Brian Hayes is getting the start over Benny Lane once again. So Lane will come off the bench potentially as a pinch hit option. We'll have to see. As we take a quick look at the series recap, we already went over these scores, so you already know what happened, but here's a cool graphic to show it off. These two teams getting fired up. The Pirates try to get closer to the World Series. The Padres just trying to keep their playoff hopes alive. The starter for the Padres will be one of their many young arms in this organization, Adrian Morejon. 10-11, 3.88 ERA, 1.34 WHIP. Had a fairly good season, and is going to try to keep the Padres afloat in this series. Here's Josh Bell. He's going to foul that one back. Good timing on the swing, but it goes foul. I don't really know how that happens, but okay. 1-2-3 inning to open this one off as we go to the bottom of the first. Joe Musgrove getting the start for the Pirates. He had another great season. 3.4 ERA, 1.29 WHIP. Very solid numbers for a middle-of-a-rotation starter. Here's Trent Grisham here in the first inning. Going to go down on the four-seam fastball. Musgrove is painting some corners on that one. Fernando Tatis Jr. now up 3-1 count. He's going to look at the outside slider for a walk. Following batter, Franmil Reyes draws a walk as well. And the Padres got 2 runners on, 2 outs here for Josh Naylor, who's been great so far here in the NLDS. He has an opportunity to start the game off strong, and he does not. Grounding out to O'Neal Cruz, and we go to the second inning. The switch hitting right fielder Dylan Carlson going to lead things off here. Carlson gets that one over, or I guess past for right fielder Franmil Reyes. Will drop for extra bases, and the Pirates get their first hit of the day, a no-out double from that man right there, Dylan Carlson. The Pirates, however, would have some trouble driving him in. A couple batters later, here's Francisco Mejia flying out to right. Reyes makes the catch, and the Pirates are unable to score as we advance now to the bottom of the second inning. Salvador Perez is up at the plate. The former World Series champion for Royals is going to get a single in the center as the Padres get their first hit of the day. Maybe they can potentially drive in some runs. Here's Brian Dozier now. The veteran second baseman crushes this one into left center field. That one goes over the fence for a home run. And the San Diego Padres are now on the board as the longtime Minnesota Twin will make it 2-0. And the Padres are the first ones on the board here in this one. Let's go to the third inning now. Joe Musgrove up at the plate trying to rebound after allowing that home run. And he gets a base hit. Joe Musgrove's career average in the playoffs is now 1,000. Very impressive. Here is Brian Reynolds now up at the dish. The following batter, he gets that one to go into left. Musgrove advances to third. And with one out, the Pirates have runners on the corners. This is an opportunity to drive in some runs, and they're going to do exactly that. O'Neal Cruz, who's been inconsistent so far in this playoff series, but he has been clutch. When runners are on base, he has capitalized, and no exception here as he drives in both runners on a double, and the Pittsburgh Pirates, just like that, will tie it up at 2. Next batter, Josh Bell. He's just doing window shopping because he's just looking. Been a rough start to the postseason for Josh Bell. Only one hit up to this point. That was a double back in Game 2. Here's Dylan Carlson now, the following batter, with a single into right center. O'Neal Cruz will score, and the Pirates will take a 3-2 lead. Nice hit for everybody's favorite, number 69, Dylan Carlson. Bottom 3 now, Trent Grisham up at the plate. Bad jump from the center fielder, Brian Reynolds, and Grisham will capitalize. Remember, Grisham had the costly error a few years ago to lose the Brewers the wild card game over the Nationals. Nationals ended up winning the World Series, funny enough, of course, as he will score on this sacrifice fly from Fernando Tatis Jr., and the Padres will tie it up at 3, as offense has not been a problem for either team so far, and that's going to continue. The slugging corner outfielder Franmil Reyes goes deep into left. Reyes hit 45 home runs of a regular season and has developed into one of the best, not just power bats, but bats in general in baseball. That's his second home run of the NLDS, and it is now 4-3. Josh Naylor also has a pair of home runs in the NLDS, but he does strike out on the off-speed pitch from Musgrove. Manny Machado now up full count pitch, and they are going to say he did not go around. So the Padres got themselves a base runner on now with 2 outs. That'll bring up Salvador Perez, and he rips that one into center, not quite deep enough, and it would be caught by Brian Reynolds. But the Padres regain the lead as it's now 4-3 through 3. Let's go to the 4th inning now. The former Padre, Francisco Mejia, up at the plate. And he's going to connect on the outside fastball. It goes past the glove of the second baseman, Brian Dozier, for a hit. And now the Pirates got themselves another runner on. Here's Bo Bichette, who has gotten off to a pretty rough start this postseason, and that rough start will continue as he grounds into the 6-4-3 double play. The San Diego infield is more chemistry than a science project, and we now go to the bottom of the inning. The pitcher spot, Adrian Morejon up at the plate, and that one will get past Bo Bichette because I don't know what the hell Bo Bichette was doing there. That's going to be a single for Morejon. But, I mean, that's an easy ground out. Bo Bichette just flat out missed the baseball. And that might come back to haunt the Pirates. Here is Tommy Pham with a hit. Morejon advances to third. And there's a good chance a run scores because of Bo Bichette being a brainhead. 2-2 count now for Trent Grisham. And he swings and misses. I think he swung after the ball was in Mejia's glove. And that was going to be a ball, too. So, I don't know what Grisham was doing. Tatis goes down looking, and the Pirates are lucky to not allow any runs. Let's go to the 5th now. Manny Machado up at the plate. He had a home run in the 5th inning of Game 2, and he's going to get a home run here in Game 3. Machado with his 2nd home run of the postseason, and San Diego will double their lead as it is now 5-3. Musgrove's pitch count is getting awfully high. It's nearing 110, and we're still in the 5th inning. Here is Salvador Perez, rips a single, and the Padres are not done in this inning. They want to get a few more runs across as here is Dozier now, 2-2 pitch. He hit the home run earlier, and he will connect with a single pretty much identical to where Salvador Perez's went. So now there's 2 runners on, 2 outs. Musgrove is still in the game as the Pirates just try to finish out the inning. Luckily for them, it's the pitcher, Adrian Morejon, up at the plate, and he weakly hits it to Bo Bichette. That would end Joe's day. 5 meh innings. On to the 6th now. Dylan Carlson going to open things up with a walk. So that would bring up Brian Hayes. Carlson advances to second after a wild pitch. As here is Hayes, who had a good Game 1, but has been quiet here in Game 3. Hits that one nicely to right, but Franmil Reyes is able to track it down. Score remains 4-3 as we go to the bottom of the 6th. The long reliever, Brandon Waddle, will enter the game. This is Waddle's first postseason appearance. He pitched 60 games in the regular season, and he started off hot, kind of cooled down after like the first month and a half. Here's Fernando Tatis up at the plate. He's going to hit that one to right. So good 1-2-3 inning for Brandon Waddle. 6 innings down, 3 to go. And the Padres lead at 5-3. Let's go to the 7th. Bo Bichette does not have a hit this postseason, and that will not change. It goes to the wall, but Reyes makes the catch. Adrian Marijon's day would finish after that. 7 strong innings from him. Richard Rodriguez comes in here for the Pirates in the bottom of the 7th. He was in and out of the minors, but went with the bigs. He pitched quite well this year. Here's Manny Machado with 2 outs, going to draw a walk, so the Padres are going to get a late base runner. After, like, the 5th inning, there's been virtually no offense since then. Here's Salvador Perez. He's going to hit a weak flyout. Bell will make the catch, and the score remains 5-3 with 2 innings to play. Can the Padres hold on, or will the Pirates come back and win it? Kirby Yates now in here for the top of the 8th. Yates' second postseason appearance of the season. He was the closer throughout the regular season, but it doesn't look like he's going to be the closer throughout the postseason based on when he is entering games, like pretty much the 7th and 8th inning. Leadoff hitter Brian Reynolds will hit a single, so the Pirates got themselves a base runner on, and the tying run is now up at the plate. Oneil Cruz, can he capitalize again? Yes, he does. Cruz connects with that one. Deep in the center, back at the wall, and it's gone. Oneil Cruz will tie it up. We got an injury, though. Kirby Yates is clearly stiff, so the Padres are going to take him out of the game, and Matt Strahm will now enter, as I guess putting Yates in could be a major regret for the Padres. That might bite them in the butt. Here is Josh Bell now up 2-1 pitch, and he's going to line that one deep. Bell is shopping gap, and it seems like it wasn't just Kirby Yates. Yates and Strahm are struggling as the first 3 batters for the Pirates have either reached base or score. Here's Dylan Carlson going to keep up with the hit parade. However, Josh Bell with another base-running blunder, and he would eventually be tagged out in a pickle. So both times Josh Bell's gotten a hit, he was tagged out a couple batters later for making stupid plays on the base passes. So he's gotten on base, he just can't stay on base. Here's Eduardo Escobar now. Bell getting out isn't the end of the world as Escobar crushes it into left field, a no-doubter. And the Pittsburgh Pirates will take the lead. It's now 7-5. Just like that. How about them Buccos? Here's Brian Hayes now. The following, a couple batters later with a hit. And it seems like after Marijon was taken out of the game, the Pirates are just mashing the cover off the ball against these relievers. Francisco Mejia does ground into a double play to end the inning. Mejia's double play was technically the first non-base hit of the inning, and that's how the inning technically ends. Bottom 8 here, Ryan Presley now going to enter for the Pirates. This is his first playoff appearance. Pitched 48 games in the regular season as he strikes the pinch hitter out right there. Nice fastball from Presley, the former Astro. Tommy Pham now up. He's going to strike out as well. So 8 innings down, 1 to go. The Pirates have put an extra 4 on the board, and now they try to close this one out. Gerardo Reyes enters here in the top of the 9th for San Diego, and it will be a 1-2-3 inning. There's Reynolds flying out. So now we go to the bottom of the 9th. Can the Pirates finish this one off, or will the Padres make a miraculous comeback to keep their playoff hopes alive? The closer, Ken Giles, one of the best in the business, is going to enter. You don't want Ken Giles on the mound here in this situation if you're the opposing team. Here's Fernando Tatis Jr., 1-2 pitch. He's going to strike out, and the Padres are down to their final out. Franmil Reyes, and he will keep the game alive. Single in his center. Reyes has continued to be clutch this whole postseason run. Then the tying run is now up at the plate. Can Josh Naylor tie it? That one's grounded. Oneil Cruz makes the play. He's going to tag second in time, and the Pirates win. The Pittsburgh Pirates have swept the San Diego Padres here in the NLDS, and now will advance to the NLCS, and the World Series is now just breaths away for the Pirates as the dog pile has been set. The Padres dugout in shambles. The Padre faithful here at Petco Park in shambles as well. The Pirates have not made the playoffs in a hot minute, but they start this playoff run with a bang. 3 straight wins, only a run differential in these games of +4. The first 2 games, Pittsburgh won by 1 run each. This game, they won by 2. O'Neal Cruz wins the player of the game. He rightfully deserves it. He had the 2-run double, 2-run home run, giving him 4 RBIs in this one, driving in 4 of the 7 runs. As we look at the box score, the team hit the ball fairly well for the most part. There were some inconsistent stretches, but also like the 8th inning, the 3rd inning. That's where the Pirates did all their damage, only scoring runs in 2 of the 9 innings. But hey, they scored 7 runs in those 2 innings. Escobar and Cruz go deep. Escobar driven a pair of runs. Carlson had an RBI, and O'Neal Cruz had 4 RBIs, giving him 6 RBIs here in the 3 playoff games. Joe Musgrove did not pitch well, but the bullpen, 4 different relievers, Waddle, Rodriguez, Presley, and Giles, were great, as they only allowed 2 base runners. Giles allowed a hit, and Rodriguez allowed a walk, and that's it. Meanwhile, for the San Diego Padres, they hit the ball fairly well. Adrian Morejon pitched a good game. He lasted 7 innings. He pitched fairly well, but just putting the stiff Kirby Yates in, and even Matt Strahm, who gets the loss in this game, allowing the home run to Eduardo Escobar, that's what ended up biting them in the butt. And the San Diego Padres are now eliminated from postseason contention. So the Pirates have won the NLDS, and they will be taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks in the NLCS. The Diamondbacks swept Washington in their NLDS series, and all 3 games were relatively close. 6-3 in Game 1, 3-2 in Game 2, 7-6 in Game 3. So kind of like the Pirates, the Diamondbacks won 3, pretty close games. And obviously Pittsburgh was the best team in the regular season in the National League, but the Diamondbacks were definitely 2nd or 3rd. I think San Diego had the lead in this division for most of the year, but Arizona played well down the stretch. They are led by Mookie Betts, which is obviously ironic because if you watched my Diamondbacks franchise last year for MLB The Show 19, the big move we made in that series was to sign Mookie Betts. And they did that here in MLB The Show 20 as well. In that Diamondbacks franchise, we won the World Series in Season 3. So let's hope the Pirates can get a World Series championship here in Season number 3 as well. Only difference is that series ended after 3 years. Regardless if we win the championship or not this season, the series ain't ending. This rotation is filthy. Luke Weaver, Zach Gallen, Madison Bumgarner, Robbie Ray, Alex Young, Corey Kluber. Corey Kluber is the 5th best starter on this team. Now, he's hurt. He's not going to pitch in the NLCS, but he's the 5th best starter in this rotation. That just tells you how good it is. The bullpen's fairly solid. Carson Kelly is one of the better catchers in baseball. And this team has a lot of talent. Ketel Marte is one of the better players in the game. Josh Fuentes was an all-star. Fuentes was this team's only all-star, which is a surprise because, A, his numbers weren't that good. And when I saw that, I figured, oh, the Diamondbacks aren't very good. I saw them in the standings. They were, I guess, 2nd in the division behind the Padres. Now, obviously, they won the division, and they're here in the NLCS. So, kind of surprised he was their only all-star. They also have some other talented players like David Peralta, the contact machine. Josh Rojas, talented bat as well. So, there's a lot of talent on this team. Very balanced roster from head to toe. No clear holes. They have a phenomenal starting rotation. I mean, you got like 3 or 4 ace-caliber pitchers in that starting staff. So it's going to be a challenge. Looking at the American League side, the Cleveland Indians beat the Oakland A's in 5. And then the number 1 seed, Boston Red Sox, who had the best record in baseball, barely squeaked by the Tampa Bay Rays in 5 games. That AL East was an absolute dogfight. If you look at the top 4 records throughout all of baseball, it was the Red Sox, the Rays, the Yankees, and our Pittsburgh Pirates. So that just tells you how good that division was. Hope you guys enjoyed. Next episode, we will kick off the National League Conference Series against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Hope you guys are excited. Peace.